great talent is a great skill, retaining them is an art. Attracting the right talent requires skill. Keeping them is an art. One of them is more technical, the other is more soft skillish. So this is why I say this. People don't know you till they get to meet you. So company XYZ, I show it off everywhere. I'm recruiting for the best talent in the world. Come work for me. This is the salary I give. This is da. Nobody knows you, so everybody's moved. So that's your skill. I'm trying to attract you. Now, when they come to you, that is where the one-on-one psychological contract begins. That's why it says an art. With human beings, you deal with people. You now need an art because we are different people. So you need to know that it is not just cast in stone that you get people and keep them. Because unfortunately for us, human beings have a mind of their own. Even in companies like Facebook and Google, people resign. Not because these companies are bad. Human beings just have needs. Right? Now, entrepreneurship is burdening. We've seen it on TANOE business.org. Everybody is doing stuff. We thank God for Africa that is waking up to see that, okay, this is it. It's time to start our businesses. Tight or shoestring budgets is also a problem. Availability of capital. That's a problem business people have these days. Because part of your costs, labor costs, is I think the second biggest. Right? Yeah. It's also a reality. And the existence of millennials. How many of us have heard of that concept? Yes. The babies are born today, the next month they're using the computer. They know what's happening. People think they deserve, I deserve to have this. This is what I want. Give it to me or something else. That is the generation we live in. Gone are those days when people work for, okay, you know what, this is the time and seasons, we need to do things right. No. Now people feel I can demand for what I want. That is the era of today. Now, because of this, talent management is very crucial. How do you prevent your people, your best talent, your high performers, or your most valuable players from leaving you to the next competitor? Because that is basically the whole idea. People will leave you because of money. She works at 3FM, she can tell you, I work in the EIB network. Talents come and go all the time. Why? Loyalty is losing its taste these days. Not because people really don't want to be loyal, but, you know, they have other reasons for leaving. Finding the right talent at the right time is never easy, so everybody goes through it. So, when you're operating on a very tight budget, you will need clever ways to attract the kind of people you want. Now, that sounds very unrealistic. Who in these days works for somebody who will pay? Why would I want to work for TANOE for free? That is a very big question. What is it about me, or what is it about my company that will make me attract the best set of people? First of all, even locating them is a problem. And then when you locate them, the ecosystem is really small. For example, I tell people if I want to recruit, I'm looking at schools like Ashesi. Right? I'm looking at Lagos. Probably. Yeah? But unfortunately, it's not like you don't have every kind of person you want in there. I called my alma mater one time and I said I had this big internship opportunity for a client of mine. We created this direct program. And I said, I need marketing students. And what she told me, this semester we didn't recruit anybody in marketing. I was like, oh my God. Now, I have been frustrated. I cannot find her. I schooled there. I'm a product of that place, so I know the quality. But now, continuity is a problem. So even they have failed. Do you understand me? So it's a problem. Large companies and great startups, so they all face the same thing. They simply cannot afford to increase. If you tell Ekow today, Ekow, I want to increase in salary, I want a car, I want a trip to Jamaica. Not that he doesn't want to make me have it, he can't simply afford it. But then I'm so valuable to the business, he can't let me go. That is the art. That is where your creativity has to come in, right? There is no ideal situation, but you can create an environment that will help you create your ideal results. Engaging in the right HR marketing strategy can help you achieve your goals for recruiting some talent. How many of us have heard of HR marketing before? You have, right? So let's go into that. Now, what is HR marketing? Basically, activities a company does, to ensure that you attract and retain the right talents towards the organization. Now, this includes marketing job opportunities, marketing or training programs for internal employees. HR marketing applies marketing concepts to HR. That makes it easy for an organization to hire and retain the right resources. So, if you think about top 10 companies you want to work for, why do they come into your mind? I'm asking. The top 10 companies you want to work for, let's give you top 5. What are the things you look out for? That is HR marketing, right? So it is encouraged that for HR-oriented companies to work hand in hand with their brand officers, marketers, because an employee cannot be far from the brand of the company. In HR, we say every top talent is the potential brand ambassador for you. A lot of times people pay celebrities for that, right? But if I work with Ekow and he treats me bad, that's a problem for him. Because the moment I go to speak to somebody else, the experience I have in his company would determine whether his brand would be strong or weak. Yeah? So, as much as in Africa we take it for granted, I heard a lovely lady talking about EAPs. If I got a company that had that kind of a thing for me. And remember, not everything money can buy. But I know that there is an opportunity for me when I have my issues. I say money can buy, money cannot buy me a listening ear. Right? So if my employer has seen that I have emotional needs, loyalty, commitments, top of mind, in marketing, I will call top of mind awareness. So now as an employer, are you top of mind of your employees? Do they think about you first? That is basically HR marketing, right? So HR marketing is a new form of HR which projects your place. You've all heard of best places to work, top 100, Fortune 500. That is what they do, creating a strong employer brand. Today, HR is tasked with creating an employee experience.
You made a statement, which is quite powerful. If you sort of extrapolate it, it still means different things. So, for example, what you said was that you don't treat everybody the same way. I understand it from a psychological perspective. But when you're working in an organization, in terms of the policies and procedures, I don't know,
yes, I get you. The systems.
Yeah, the anti-discriminatory, anti-racist policy, equality, or egalitarian rules. Where does that feature?
Awesome, that's a very fantastic question. Okay, so for example, a staff comes to work late. The policy says if you come consistently late, you'll be sacked, right? So what do? Automatically call the person a query, the person gives you an excuse, and then okay, if that punishment requires the person is sacked or suspended, you go ahead, right? But when you sit down and you look into the person's eyes, and you can tell, like I said, this is where the art comes in, that this person wouldn't behave this way on a normal day. That's why I said the extra, right? Policies are there to guide. Systems are there to put order, but it doesn't take away your emotional intelligence. So you need to know how to blend it. If not, you're going to miss it. So you sit down with the person, you just think maybe your productive time 5 minutes, you have to sacrifice it for that person. And the person is excited that my boss cares for me. I promise you. That person will go, if that person, now all things being equal, remember that we have excesses. All things being equal, that person will do anything to make sure you don't fail. The whole essence about having a business or having people to make you win is to ensure that you have people who trust you and care about you. That is why leadership is moving into business. It's beyond position. We've all heard that before. But when we say leadership is not positional but relational, people thinking ahead of you, people worried about you, people concerned more about your vision than you. So much so that as an employer, when you have those employer days, I'm giving up. Say, no, boss, you're not giving up. That's he's not working, he's hungry. Okay. Try and see if you can get the person something to do, or maybe help the person or something. But when you're looking for critical roles, So I was sitting with a bunch of girlfriends of mine. I traveled and we were talking. So and she's also an educationist.
Okay.
She runs a Montessori in Lagos. And then she was complaining, this lady, she comes to work late, she doesn't do her work. So in my mind, I'm like, okay. So I want to, she wanted to just reduce her salary or something. Like, I don't know about Nigeria, but in Ghana, you don't punish by deducting. And so she went on and on and on and on, and I said, okay, relax. What role is this person? She tells me it's a second in command. And everything just stopped in my head, like, how the heck did she get that job? Oh, somebody referred her, she needed help. I said, you don't run a charity. Even these days, NGOs are even more systematic than even the for-profit businesses, because NGOs are being sponsored. So people who bring their money want to ensure how much more you who sweated and toiled for your money. And then you give your second in command position to a lady or PT. Who does that? That is not strategy. PT isn't part of strategy. HR strategy, you don't look for pitiable people. When you're recruiting people, I use the SMART acronym. Yeah? SMART acronym. I think I did something. I'm going to let you into that acronym soon. How many of us have heard about customer service experience? Customer service experience. Hey, 2, 3 people.
We have.
So guess what? We also have the employee experience. She will know. She will know too, because they live in a world where you get human beings as human beings. The employee experience, it has a lot of definitions, but this is how I like to define the employee experience. What is the employee experience? In simple terms, it measures the level of satisfaction employees of an organization derive over the course of their journey at the organization. So when I said retaining employees is an act. It is the experience that keeps them with you. Why I would be at TANOE for 5 or 10 years is the kind of experience. And remember, experience is relative. Everything you've all written, when Ekow wants to recruit, let's assume that they're a pool of talent. These are the things. When I'm doing recruitment, I always like to ask, what motivates you? That interview question is important. Because you cannot motivate anybody. Right? You recruit motivated people. All you can do is to keep them motivated, but you cannot motivate anybody. Okay? Do it. So basically, that is now, is it Deloitte? That's French audit firm. Deloitte or Deloitte? DELOITTE. Deloitte. Some people say the T is silent. I don't even know what to make it. I'm not French. They have what we call the simple, irresistible organization model. You like to see this one. Simply, I think there should be an award for this. Startup, kind of startup. You have to add this to your categories. No matter how small the organization. By the way, for those of you who are doing startups, I'm sure Ekow will take you through. I tell people, listen, you don't have to wait till you grow before you get it right. That's why I normally like to deal with the SMEs. Because when you get it right, as you grow, it's just like a baby. So it's the same thing, right? You get it right from there, you will fly. The effort, the sacrifice, the pain you have to go through to make it happen is worth it. Every mother can tell it's worth it to sacrifice for their child. Even fathers who are fathers will tell you it's worth it to sacrifice for their kids. So how much more something that will put food on your table or create a legacy for you? It is worth it. So we have 5 aspects or factors that makes your organization simply irresistible. Hello, madam. That's you're welcome. So this is what they did. They had a lot of, so like with the experiment we did, right? So they narrowed it to top 5. So we have meaningful work. Who mentioned that? Meaningful work. Just job satisfaction.
Yes.
Supportive management. Who mentioned that? Or something similar. I know I heard somebody say how the relationships between Laurentian. Positive work environment. Somebody also mentioned work environment. I think Laurentian said it. Grow opportunity. Almost everybody said that here. And trust in leadership. If you're an employee and people don't trust you, you fail. Your company doesn't have to go bankrupt or shut down before you know you have failed. The moment you have people working for you that don't trust you, it's like working a time bomb. Like, so if you've given yourself your business plan, 5 years, 10 years business plan, oh, you come to a Mensah consulting, oh, I help you do my business plan. Do it for you, nice. You get you your funding, 100,000 Ghana cedis. That's why Ekow work ends.
Obviously, that's it.
He won't come to work with you every day. He won't be with you on strategy meetings. He won't be with you on management meetings. He won't be there. You know, he won't be there. It is you who, after you has helped you the foundation. How do I make this my 10-year or 5 years in reality? No man is an island. Even with the era of robotics, you still need people to handle the robots. Right? Yeah. Those robots also have people who need to deal with them when they go bad. So human beings will always be relevant. So if you think, my boss, I was speaking to him one time and I said, oh boss, we have these issues, but oh please don't worry, we're going to automate everything. That is the attitude we have that doesn't make us dream. And the meaningful work, what do we have? Autonomy, when people give you the opportunity to be independent. Oh, Ekow calls you. You know, I have this project. Did you see all the plenty projects he put on his website? Yes, he alone cannot do it, right? So he puts, let's say, prints on it. Target setting. That feeling, you know what? Before you put anybody on that project, you know you have to access that stuff. You know what we do? I'm paying you, darn it. Do it. And then the person feels, query letter. Can you explain to me why we shouldn't punish you for not blah 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 blah? And then the person responds and that's it. But you don't ask yourself the question, was the person the right fit? Select to fit. The person fits the role. Small empowered teams. My God, teamwork is one of my favorite aspects of HR. I love it when I put people who make the sum of the whole beautiful. Right? You put us in a project. Emaline does this, Kofi does that, Rahel does this, Pat does that, Liz does that. Everybody is coming in to do their work, and at the end of the day, you produce a beautiful project. When you put people who are self-directed, so we have teams that are self-directed teams, right? They don't need their bosses to tell them what to do. When you find those kind of people, understand that I think I mentioned that he's interested in the vision of the company. Somebody also mentioned it. When you find people who are attracted to your vision, please, it doesn't end there. The budget is tight. You don't want to keep. People are working because they don't have any other job, so the money is just keeping them there. When they get a job, they leave you. That's not your portion. When you want people to grow with you, you need to pay attention to them. Time for slack. Rest is not common here, is it? The highest rate of sickness in Ghana, I can speak of, is work related. The doctors are making a lot of money from high blood pressure, diabetes, the EAP, especially, and talk about it. And there's no EAP structure for us. It's a big problem. We're in front of our computers every time, and you get up with backache, your eyes. When you don't give, I hear in Facebook or Google, you can go to people's offices and you see the way you're seated at home. Somebody, his way of being creative is by sitting down and putting the leg on the table. He sits there and he thinks. That's all he does. They are what programmers. If you hire a bunch of programmers, they come and put them in this kind of place that you can put us. I'm sorry. You will not achieve thy goals. That's why I was saying, Pat, you don't treat everybody the same way. So the systems are there, the policies are there, the performance management policies are there, but how you skillfully place everybody according to their emotional sets, their creative sets, their personality, their temperament. That is why we have a lot of personality tests these days and all of that. Your ability to place people right makes it work. Supportive management. Woo! I love that. My boss that believes in me is priceless. Money can't buy that. A friend of mine is living Bank of Africa for $100. He said, I earn 10,000 where I am, but I swear I'll be a big cat selling this. I'm like, you're not big son. Why would you leave? He's not doing what he's born to be. The reason why he leaves, he's not achieving it. Some other person would die with that feeling, oh, what is this? Is this purpose we eat? Oh, every morning you go to work, you are frowning your face. Performance management. Positive work environment. We go flexible work. Now, please give me a few minutes to delve into this. In this part of the world, if you don't do 8 to 5, your employers think you're not working. If you don't work in the office, your employers think you're not working. I'm sorry. Emaline, for example, I noticed is a flexible worker. Understand that there's some people that don't like to work in their house. So please don't, just because, flexible work environment. Some people will die if they're not in the office. Understand where people work, but please, when you find people who want flexible jobs, please, if it is possible, find a way around it. Find a way around it. People don't need to come to work Monday to Friday in the office. I tell you, you are just wasting power. If you can minimize and say, okay, maybe on this day, a few of them, this day, everybody goes to one office, you put off the rest. Are you not managing costs? Yet, somebody is able to, so you have a social media person working, the person comes to the office every day. How? The only person that has to be at the office is front desk. He or she has no choice. Even at that, I always look at the rotating system. So this person comes at 7, he goes at 2. Where I work, I've done it that way. I don't get here, I'm late. My son, my this. And even if I hear, I have backup. So remember that whatever you do when you're benefiting your employee, at the end of the day, it's helping you. Remember, you want to minimize costs. The budget is really tight. How do you manage it? Because when that staff falls sick, the company is obliged to take care of that sickness, especially when it's on the job. Growth opportunities, trust in leadership. Under positive work environment, we also have humanistic workplace. Woo! Does anybody understand that? What is deep? Humanistic. What's the opposite of humanistic?
Demonistic.
You go to a place and it's so toxic. God have mercy. You cannot win. You cannot survive. Your employees would leave you. No matter how much you pay me, I won't stay. Even if I'm there, trust me, I'm planning my exit. I will go. Culture of recognition. Fair, inclusive, you mentioned equity. Diverse work environment. I can't stand routine. That's why I love media. It's very exciting. If I'm leaving media and going to another exciting, that's how I am. Some people don't mind the monotonous life. So know who you are and choose your job. So that's something said the kind of jobs, before she applies, she wants to see if it's something that fits her career plan. Yeah? Okay. Now, under trust and leadership, very interesting, mission and purpose. Some of us do not even know the mission statement of where we work. Do we do a test run? That's what's the mission of your company. What's the mission of your company? What is the mission? A cleaner at NASA. I hear this at every leadership program I go to. Was cleaning and somebody came and said, what do you do here? Why are you here? You would expect to hear the person say, well, I'm here to keep the place clean, to mention all the job descriptions by HR. Said, I am here to help people get to the moon. That is NASA's. What is NASA for? It's not to get to the moon. God bless that guy. I'm not saying let them. God bless that guy. When I keep remembering, I'm like, that is what we call an employee that knows where he or she is going to. He's cleaning, and I think the person was so enamored by the cleaning. You know, there's cleaning, there's cleaning. So, what do you do here? Because when the environment is clean, it helps the other employees come and get their work done. So just imagine you come into a workplace, the whole 5 minutes, this place is dirty, and go unachieved. Every little thing you ignore is actually costly. Right? Continuous investment in people, transparency and honesty. Please say it after me. Transparency and honesty. My God, please. This is one way to really recruit and keep on a tight budget. You will lose people if you are not transparent, if you're not honest. One of the things you need to know as a leader is that, listen, your people can see that you are vulnerable. The only thing that they don't tell you. Yes! When your friend has a problem, you know, right? When you spend 80% of your life at work, 20% everywhere else. I don't know how much you stay at home, but most of your life is at work. You think your people don't know you. They know. So, instead of you trying to play aloof, I'm the boss here, who are you? No. Humility. Empathy, putting yourself in your people's shoes, makes you more human. So when you hide things, the business is not doing well. And your people know, they sit down, I'm in nature, so I know. Madam, how far? Yeah, are things going to? Oh yes! And information, when you hold things from people, the more curious they become. And that is where the concocting of stories begin. And that person goes out and is speaking about your company. And let's imagine there was an investor who was taking on investing in your company. You have a bad brand ambassador talking about your company in very negative light. What do you think happened to you? I always tell people, before I make a decision, I look at the effect before I make it. The truth is this, we are not perfect beings, but I tell me, I know life will bring me my own problems, but why do I want to add more to my head? That is my philosophy. So why don't you just get it right? When you make the mistake, don't kill yourself. When you deal with human beings, you make mistakes. I mean, you get people offended. But I don't like my boss did. Obviously. So somebody says if you want to be a good boss, sell ice cream. Have you seen that? Good. Sell ice cream. It means that you cannot be nicey all the time. There are times when you need to be fair. If the advice you are giving will help the employee grow, not everything that helps grow is nice. But let the person understand that I try to make my staff who I didn't query, I said, listen, I'm not querying you I don't like it because I don't like you. I'm not disciplining you because I hate you. I want you to remember the pain. The next time you won't do it again. I hope that after this punishment you grow, and I'm here to support you. That is how you should treat disciplinary issues. But here we are.
One of the problems I find is people take it very personally.
Yes, they do.
Personally.
They do. Especially in this project.
So everything after I don't have a problem with, but what you have done, I have a big problem.
Yes.
But they still, it's like,
you can't help everything. I tell people, I'm somebody who people think I'm a people pleaser, but when it gets to that point where I have done all, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, but I had to do it, and I'll throw it to your face. Live with it. The decision is yours. You, like as a human beings, we are free spirit beings. You cannot force people to do what you don't want them to do. But what is important that as an employer, as a leader, you are convinced in your heart that you're doing the right thing. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. When you finally come to a point where you made a mistake, okay, I made a mistake. And as a leader, don't see what is wrong with saying I'm sorry. You goofed. I'm sorry. It didn't kill you. It won't even remove the position from you. You're still the leader. Honesty. Say it. Walk it. If you say let it be, don't let it be twisted. I say it again. Trust will kill your business faster than no money. When people don't trust you, they start stealing from you. Right? They start taking away your clients. They start doing wrong things. When people trust you, they care about you. They don't want you to fail. Why would I work with someone that wants me to fail? Right? So please, it is very key. And finally, under trust and leadership inspiration, I want to work with somebody that inspires me. I don't know how you feel. Someone that when I come to work every day, I feel like yes. Even when I'm at home and I'm not happy, I come to work, I'm inspired, I go back, I'm energized. You don't want to come back from work and take all the load back to your home. No, that's not work, that's slavery. Yeah. Be that kind of employer that when you ask your employees, what kind of organization do you work in? They say, my organization is what? Irresistible. Say it after me. Irresistible. Yeah. That should be your goal. Please, from today, let us do that. Okay, so we're making progress. Now, one of the things about these workshops is that we don't like to give you things that are far from you. We like to give you things that are relevant. So I did a research on attracting and retaining top talent in the African landscape. Ekow, it's interesting to know that each country from different now I think EY they conducted a survey trying to find out the countries and what motivates their employees. I was shocked that we could have something like that. Indeed, from the beginning when we started discussion, we started speaking about attitude, behaviors, countries, and all of that. Newsflash. Now, the battle for talent, according to EY, says it is what intensifying, is becoming more serious. Now, some 70% of 308 African organizations surveyed by EY are recruiting to support their growth ambition. So, growth. Out of 308, 70%, so I don't know what the 30% want, but apparently in Africa, growth is a big deal. So please, if you are thinking about recruiting on a small budget, growth is very important. In this more competitive labor environment, the ability to attract and retain the right skill is still important. Now, but attitudes towards employment differ from one country to the next. So that's why I say you don't treat everybody, if you recruit an East African, you cannot treat it the same way you treat a Ghanaian. You can be fair. Your policies have to be fair. There has to be equity, respect people for where they come from. But psychologically, culturally, they're not the same. So you need to understand why when you look straight into somebody's eyes, the person thinks you're being rude. Or you use your left hand to shake, the person thinks you're being disrespectful. You need to understand these things, right? For example, in many Central African countries, employees place high value on benefit packages, which is a less requirement in East Africa. So when you take a commercial consultant to East Africa, you cannot treat them the same way you treat Ghana. There might be some similarities, but there will be some unique things about them. So in Central Africa, they like benefits. And I tell people, I think that's one of the smartest ways to do, especially when you don't have too much investors investing in you. Benefits. What are the non-monetary benefits you think I give your staff? And you know what? You mentioned all of it here. Only 2 people mentioned money. It doesn't mean money is not important to you guys, but it is in everything, right? EY's survey found that offering learning and development opportunities is the most important factor for holding on to talent in Africa, with 67 of the companies ranking. Learning and development was ranking top for retention. Number 1. So there's good news. If you don't have plenty money, you can still hire top talent in Africa, right? Now, while those surveyed by EY, ranked competitive employee benefits as only the 5th most important factor for attracting. You see why I said you should do both. When it came to retaining, it was 3rd. Yeah? So 5th for attracting me, 3rd for keeping me. That is so systematic at all. It's not easy to manage people. Now, finally, as competition for skills heat up, companies need to work even harder on their talent strategies. EY's report states that the workplace and the work experience itself is becoming as important as retaining staff as financial benefits. Fixed pay is no longer the dominant determinant of whether employees remain in the organizations. Now that we know money isn't everything, what are the strategies? This is my summary presentation. What are the HR marketing strategies for small budget businesses? 1, I think I've spoken about, is develop a strong employer brand policy. Now, this is the skill aspect. I think it even comes in 2 ways. I don't know EKC. I'm using Ekow because it's a company that we're in, so Ekow, permit me to keep mentioning the company. Why would I want to come here? I've heard Mensah has done a lot of projects, he's done Women Rising, he's done TANOE Startup, he's done blah 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 blah. I go to his website, he says, oh my god, I want to be part of this. This is what I've been looking for all my life. Gang. When I come for the interview or internship, then I begin to create. My expectations are increasing because from that starting point, I want to grow, isn't it? How does Ekow keep his top talent? He needs to know what he wants, what she wants, what he wants, and find a common ground. There is, a school of thoughts in nature about compensation and benefits. It's what we call the needs-based benefits. What it does is this. Now, unlike the traditional way of having benefits for everybody, okay, if you come to my company, we give you fuel, top card, food coupons, health insurance, dental, vacation, to party whatever you want. What we do here is that we customize benefits. And I think this will work for smaller companies. Ekow would confirm that. When you're smaller, you can easily, when you're a lot, customizing is expensive. So, what motivates me, and this is the reason why they did that, because they felt that motivation is not the same for everybody. If you have somebody that works in IT, possibly a gaming room will not be a bad idea. The person is gaming all the time. You think the person, no, the person is working on his mind. You can't give that to HR. Yeah? What I want is, after all my stress of seeing everybody listen to all your issues, just give me a vacation once in a year. And let me go for an HR conference or something like that, or a training. I'll come with energize and some small shopping money, I'll be fine. Marketing. What do they want, Charlie? Sorry. Big bonuses to achieve my targets. You know what's funny? These days, you don't even need to use money to buy benefits. Are you aware? Even Trained by Barter is back. Somebody said she wanted me to MC for her. I do that alongside. She doesn't have money. She does cakes. So she said she will give me an amount in return for cake services. Okay, it's not bad. So I can keep all the birthdays in my house. I don't have to buy cakes from the money I bought. That is it. So if you have a company where you can do trade by barter with something or do discounted services, why don't you do it? Sometimes some of us think, oh, why should I do that for my employees? Why? Am I not paying them? Isn't it enough? No. Unfortunately, people are already doing extra. So you might as well join the bandwagon. Right? Be the brand you want to project. I said that earlier in my submission. Communicate that externally and internally. Whenever you come outside and say PR-wise, please, let your employees not come and say, that's why they say, don't mind them, it's a lie, they don't really do it. Those are people are extreme. They are very, some human beings are, forget those ones. So when I'm talking about those who have their minds straight on their heads, make sure whatever you say outside, your press soirees or whatever it is you go for, internally, your main customers, your internal customers agree with you. Be deliberate about the kind of perception you want people to perceive about you. Be intentional about your corporate brand. I always say HR professionals need to be friends with their marketing team. You cannot go outside it. Yeah? Show your target audience and you hire the finest people. I think Ekow mentioned that he wants to be sure, he wants to see the track record of people you have employed. It shows that, okay, this kind of people work here, there's an aura around you. It's true. If you want to hire the best talent, you must absolutely staff your senior ranks with leaders in the field. So I give an example. My friend who runs in Montessori wanted a second in command and he went to hire someone with PT. How in God's name do you do that? You know? The reason for that is very clear. A players want to work with other A players. Winners want to be with winners. With losers, even losers don't want to be with losers. Right? The best way to hire A players is to be one yourself. You see, it all comes back to you. It all comes back to you. Don't expect what you cannot give. Okay? Study has it that the best startup CEOs have great reputations among the people they've worked with in the past. So if, as an employer, I cannot go to your employers and get good remarks, it's going to be a problem for you. Remember, they are the ones that will give references. So to where I work today, I want the blessing of my CEO. So that when I start mine, and anybody will say, oh, Emaline is endorsed. Emaline is endorsed. Right? Make sure you can tell compelling stories that show you have superior industry knowledge and a strong vision for your company's future. So when Liz was talking about social media presence, social media these days allows you to tell stories of your organization. So make sure when I go to your website or Facebook or Instagram, I'm energized. I want to be part of it. I looked at Ekow's website. I was excited. This is awesome. This is great. The future of schools. Anybody who leaves school, and even if Ekow can't pay you a decent salary now, he can give you the experience you need to make either his company grow or to become a better person yourself. Whatever it is. Yeah? Secondly, now, from your strong, some of us will do the website before we work on our brand. No. It doesn't work like your website just displays what you want people to believe. But if I go to your website and I come and you're not like that, I'm sorry, your website, I will never go back to it again. Yeah? Good. Maximize your web presence. Whether you are aware of it or not, your internet speaks volumes about your company websites, your official social media handles, and social media handles of your employees. If you have employees who are working and they don't put that they work at a Mensah call, is a problem. Yeah? You need to. One thing I noticed about top companies, for example, CNN, each other, they've all opened company related. They have their private ones, but then if you go request CNN, Mel Roberts, CNN, Amanco, customized. They are proud of the brand because that company opens doors for them. Will your company open doors for employees? That is the goal, right? And what besides you if that employee is bitter? Hey, all you started from is gone, right? So please, reputation is very, very important. You might get away with it now, but Me Too tells you that you don't get away with it, right? So please. Okay, so prospective recruits have access to a great deal of information. So basically, living the culture. She's talking about culture and climate.
Yeah.
Remember that accumulation of all of these things put together sums up the kind of culture we have. So in this place, this is how we do things, right? That's what the culture is, basically, the way we do things. Either you do, so employee and network referral. So this is the network referral. Now for employee, there is no other confident person to recruit for an employee who you trust. Yeah? So if Ekow is my staff and I'm moving on, and there's no bad blood between us, the whole idea is for me to get somebody better than me, possibly, to continue the race. Is that not it? That is the goal of an employer, right? So it makes it easy. You don't have to now go and pay the recruitment companies to recruit for you. When you become very, top tech over there, you have the money, you can pay them those money to hand for you, right? Okay. Number 4, recruit for culture. I've said this before. Get it right from the recruitment stage. You cannot change anybody the moment you recruit them. Please. You can't. Except they want to change. Okay? Recruit for the culture you want to see. So you recruit people who will suit in your culture. So this is the way you do things in your business. When you come to me and you see me the way I am, if I come in and I have 10 earrings on my ears, there's nothing wrong with it. But if where you work, when you see the way I'm doing with my hair green, red, purple, and where you work, you're not Facebook, you're not the media, you are a bank. Would I qualify? Will I qualify? I may speak all the bank language, but why won't you recruit me? Why would I put you off? Yes. But if you go to Google like that, Facebook or media, you're hired. We need that. Culture, very important. Quality over quantity. Ekow mentioned, I think next week, what's his name? We'll deal with that. We think that by having so many employees these days, that is when, the 80-20 rule, project management. In HR, we say use 20 to achieve 80%. That's the easiest summary I can give you. Next week, you're going to have deeper revelations. So the quality of talent you recruit, when you're planning compensation for your staff, whether it's allowance for interns, even if you're giving them freebies, at least you give them some TNT or they'll come and take your water or use your washroom in front, it's all costs. When they are leaving, when your accountant has finished doing the expenditures, the income must be more. That is how you measure your improvements, return on what? Investments. Yeah? I'm not going to, I'm sure maybe Ekow will have a class for HR metrics and all of that, but it's very important people know how to do HR analytics, right? So Ekow has hired me as HR. I've recruited these people. But you know what? We always calculate the salaries only. But interns are also costs. But HR, what I call them investments. So the investments you make, you want to triple it, you want to quadruple it. So calculate everything. How many clients come to your office? Use your washroom. Drink your, what's that thing called again? Dispenser. And seal deals. So you brought me a client, and I don't bring you business. I just come in here and I go. That's a loss. But if that client leaves with a good impression, oh, you're looking for, oh yeah, Mensah consulting. So at that moment, it's a loss for me, but in future, I have benefited. So think about every decision you make in your business. What I am doing, what is the impact? Will it impact my bottom line? Will it impact my business positively? What would happen? Always have that at the back of your mind. Be intentional about what you want to achieve. No one can be kept except they want to be. Adopt the smart method of recruiting. Now, recruit people who are, I still use the word smart, motivated, I've said that before. Thirdly, people who are aligned with your company vision and mission. Please, if they're not sold out to you, don't recruit them. No matter how impressed you are, if they're not sold out, if you don't see people who believe in your dream, when you speak about your vision, you don't see fire in their eyes. I'm sorry. People who are reliable, anybody who's reliable is resourceful. Anybody who's resourceful is reliable. Like you know when I'm not here, my office won't get burnt because Lisa is here. My customers would be satisfied because Michael is here. Those are the kind of people you want to recruit. Finally, in the era of technology, if you're not technology savvy, I'm sorry, it won't work for you. Yeah? Focusing instead on targeting only high qualified candidates allows you to maximize the efficiency. Yeah? Use of resources develops relationships with each applicant and avoids making the wrong hire. That is the whole idea for number 4. Wrongful recruitment is very costly. That is the issue of a lot of companies right now. And unfortunately, when you don't know how to do proper performance management, laying off is also what? Money. The 5th one, autonomy, mastery, and purpose. These 3 things should form part of the people you want to recruit. These are traits and characteristics you are looking for in people. At the core of everybody, all of us have a sense of purpose. So if people are not purpose-driven, you're going to have problems. You know, there are people who are just order takers. Emaline, remove this order from here. Yes, boss. Emaline, remove that plate. Yes, boss. Emaline, take it. By the first time, I'm sure you're losing your mind. You expect that when you come to the conference room, everything is arranged nicely. Everything is in order. The AC checked, water checked, everything checked. Those are the kind of people you want to work with. If you can get candidates invested in your company's mission, then it can go a long way in shifting their focus from merely looking for a well-paying job to one where he or she could make a difference in the larger scheme of things, be involved in the company's decision making, and be given control over or the responsibility for achieving company's goals. Isn't that like heaven? For an employer. Number 6, I think that's the last one. Offer cost-effective benefits. Now, I think I mentioned, I picked on this. This is more detailed. Many candidates, particularly the millennials, like I spoke about, and those who have families, now name work-life balance among their most important considerations when choosing a job. Patients mentioned it. Work-life balance. I don't think I want to work for a place where if I have issues, I'm afraid to tell my boss because I will lose my job. So, and I tell them, if you want to end that, be responsible. There's certain people I know, they can tell me 10 times they have problems, I will not shake. There are people, complain twice, have a problem. When you give your boss the reason that, or the, what's the word? The idea of making, the perception that you are lazy, every excuse you give is a problem for you. But if you're somebody who always achieves the goal, oh, Lawrence shall do this, you've done 20, give you 10, give 20, give you 15, you've done 100. You come and tell me, please, can I sign a check for you to go? It is not for nothing that certain people are giving steady leave and others are not. So, patience comes back to the same thing. Policies are there to guide, but look at somebody going the extra mile. Because policies can never cover everything. It's work in progress. With that in mind, offering flexible scheduling is a fantastic way to appeal to qualified candidates without costing a penny. The people that work with me on my side job, I tell them, listen, I want to recruit anybody who doesn't have a job. I believe in entrepreneurship. Emaline does that. Not everybody has the dream for that. You need to know how to manage people. When I work for somebody that says, I can work, do another thing, it feels fulfilled. In any case, having one source of income is not easy. Yeah? In the Western world, they've gotten that a long time ago. We are still getting there. But there is nothing wrong if you have that kind of system. The person won't go anywhere. And there are people doing that right now. I remember my second in command when he lost his job. I was more concerned about him getting a job than he working on our projects. Because right now, the startup, we only do projects. We don't do every day. And I said, listen, I needed to get a job. He got a job, he was able to tell me. And I even call him and I support him and I'm encouraging him. That is very important. Alright? That kind of a person will do it and he gets me. He knows how I think. Those are some people you want to work with. With that in mind, okay, I've said that before. Now, simple budget-friendly perks like food, gym memberships, even reward cards for business expenses and travel will go a long way towards helping you attract and retain top-notch employees. Another excellent low-cost way to make your benefits package more competitive is obviously to offer free training, which prospective employees can use to gain new skills and expose them to opportunities for advancement. So if you don't have the money for training, allow them. Some of them say they want time off to go and train. Then go. In HR, we believe that is also a benefit because they are still under your employment and you need that employment to gain that training anyways. So it is part of it. Allow them. Create a learning environment. Give them the opportunity to dream. Those things, listen, when you put people on the table and tell them, you know what, I have this project, how do we make it work? Bam. You know that every time they come to work, patience will make me contribute. And she will make sure when I contribute, she will mention my name. And make everybody know I did. End of presentation. Okay, good try.
Okay.
Questions?
Any questions? Any questions, please? I mean, I have a question about the transparency and honesty. To what extent? Because there have been cases where the more transparent you get, the more scared. Well, depending on if the business is doing well and you are being transparent, it might be okay. They might probably ask you for more salary because you're being transparent. But if the business is not also doing well and you are transparent, it scares them and they start looking for other avenues. So to what extent?
That's a very practical question. So I'll do it. Then there are two aspects of it. So the aspect of what you are doing so well and then you're afraid of. I mean, it is not strange for companies to declare dividends at the end of the year. What is done normally is that when you have profits, then you give bonuses. So for that, nobody even cares. Oh, we decided to achieve the target of this, we achieved 10 or 20% of it. You don't need to be specific. So because of that, everybody's getting 1%. Hey, that's it. The fact that I know I was part of that 10% is motivation for me. So that deals with that. You see, with information management in companies, there are levels of employees. So some people have some privileges to know specific information. So you, CFO, executive management should know that. And then you have the other level where you would know every company and then their culture and then the kind of people they work with. So you will know the people that will need to know. You know, it's not the what, the how. So when you're having financial issues, let them know this year we couldn't meet our targets. We set to achieve 70,000, we made a loss of 30%. So how can we fill that gap? You know, there's certain questions you ask that throws people's minds off certain things. You need to know how to handle that. And then because if you're not meeting your target, be sure that you're not the reason why your company is failing. Because if it's a management decision that is making you fail, and employees say, some employees are so good, they have given decisions to management, we are so proud, we don't take it. And they know that's why we are not transparent, to be honest. But if you know very well that it was a collaborative effort and made us fail, we all are responsible for it. Okay, can we go back to the strategy board? That's it. My former boss would say, use policy language to speak. Just use policy language. Don't go into detail with everybody. So there are, for example, employees who are very tricky. When they believe they want HR on their side, they come. HR, blah, 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 blah. They come to gossip. Respond with policy. They can't go back to the CEO and say HR. There's nothing to say. But when I'm speaking with my people, I forget and I go straight into. So know the people and it's information management, basically.
I just wanted to add something. So ideally, also to add to her, it's always good for employees to know they contribute to the bigger picture. So their key performance indicators should include things like revenue. So everybody, regardless of the level you find yourself, if you know you are supposed to bring this volume of revenue to the business, and you are giving them quarterly or update tracking method to say you are supposed to bring 10%. Where are you at the end of the month? Let them report on it so that it takes the pressure off you, the employer.
Super. Thank you very much.
I also believe that we don't have enough housekeeping meetings in organizations because one is that the employer feels too big, but housekeeping is also team in the sense that if you're not doing your job, then employer says, well, I couldn't achieve because finance and management, whatever, didn't do it, and because the housekeeping lady didn't do it. So it's a domino effect. And if you don't have enough housekeeping meetings, then you don't know where you are.
Simple. Simple as that.
We should have lots of housekeeping meetings.
Very important. Any other question, contribution?
Okay, so please, round of applause for. Okay.
When I get excited or I'm training and I start speaking very fast. I now read the signs before I didn't read the signs.
So I was going to say speed reading.
So they
Yes.
listen to us,
People just go,
nodding, but they're not hearing.
like, then I'll say, so what did I say?
Exactly.
I'm not sure.
Attention to detail.
Yeah. Okay, so let's break it down. So
Yeah.
I want you to do this. Once you finish doing that, so it's actually like talking to a child. You break it down into bite-sized chunks. And when you've done that, okay, come and tell me you've done that, and I'll give you
the next.
yes, phase 2. Once you finish phase 2, I'm going to phase 3.
Isn't that what you call micromanaging?
Yes, exactly.
The employees.
I don't need people like that. I can't work with people
You
like
see,
that.
when you have to do that, then you say, you know what? I need more kind of experience. Hey.
I like that.
I'm ready for you.
That was awesome.
When I'm ready, I'll go.
That was awesome.
So you haven't heard that. They know that they're doing it. It's just today.
As much as possible, I take the pain to tell people why they don't qualify.
Yeah.
And I tell you, listen, like she said, not today, but I want to help you in future. If you really want to make it tomorrow, do A, B, C, and D. So they need to know. So that next time, some people appreciate the feedback.
Yeah.
Some people
But
appreciate
most of them give you with a sour lemon face.
You can't be bothered, you've done your part.
I think people don't get the difference between criticizing the work done versus the individual.
Yeah.
Because they actually, when you say you didn't do this work well,
They think
they mean
something is wrong with them.
Exactly.
Ah.
So,
Well, that's why I think the induction is important, because if they have, what is it normally a month's induction?
It depends on the policy.
Yeah, but I think in Ghana it should be. So it's instilled, and as for handouts, forget it. Make it animated. Ghanaians like visuals. You give them handouts,
They won't read.
They don't read. So I think all this, Ekow, you could add, cartoon version that everybody does.
You're not wrong, because some companies have a lot of pictures or visuals in a stylish way. Like I said, you went to ask people, what is the vision of the company? They will remember.
Will act the bad one, act the good one, all kinds of
role playing.
Yeah, and then go home, they remember that.
Yes.
Handouts. It's in the drawer.
A lot of work,
It's an issue. No. I mean, what I've seen over the years is that the stricter you are, the higher the probability of a business succeeding.
Yes.
Sure.
I don't know why. It's not the best, but then the firmer you are, when people know you don't take nonsense, they do what is expected of them.
Exactly.
But when they know that, they can talk their way around and then
You're right.
I don't know why. Because all these things, when you share and everything, I've seen companies that are growing and the bosses are, even these Lebanese, people smoke on them and everything, but they still do the work because they know that.
No, but
that's how I'm asking
I mentioned earlier that
What's your
there are
question?
people.
What's your question?
So how is it that, from the things I've seen, how is it that the more stricter you are as a boss or an employer, the higher the probability of your business doing well, because everybody does what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because
Compared to when you are very lenient, very nice, very people,
exactly.
Why?
But you see, I said something earlier that there's some people who work somewhere not because they have a choice, but they don't love where they work, but it pays them money. But if the employee has a problem with order, it's a different matter. So when I was dealing, our focus was on top talents, not just the quality over quantity.
Yeah, but still, you still would have
So
the cleaners
even
and
with
stuff there.
so even with
In that sector, they are top talents,
yes.
right?
So even with that, that's interesting.
No, security guards.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, but there are people I work with that are so serviceable. Cleaners, and they know how I think. So they even call me, madam, this person is doing this, what should I do? There are people like that. Because they know. I go to the office, we do 24 hours. The front desk guy assigned to the night is supposed to leave when another person comes in. I get to the office, the front desk is there. This is a person who appreciates me because he felt when he got the job the first time, his daddy died after, and I gave him permission to go. Till today, he even named his daughter after me. But when he messes up, he knows. And he will beg me so much. So you see, it's balance. Leadership is not one way. It's an art. You need to know when to be nice and when to be firm. But when I'm firm with them, I don't make them feel like, the problem with that firmness is that I make them feel less of a human being. That's the problem. But when I'm firm, you know that, listen, I love you as a person. But the thing you are doing, I will not accept it. So the people I work with understand Emma, that's how, because I communicate it.
Exactly.
It's easy for me to assume Ekow is just a strict person. But when you go and ask him, he tell you, oh, it's not like that. When he gives you the reason, the next time he's strict, I would understand. And I'm aligned. So in all of that, it's communication as well. You need to not communicate what you don't accept and what you accept. So it's balanced.
So we're just only talking about top talent.
Well, yeah, I mean, the topic was how to attract and retain
Take top talent.
best talent, top talent.
Because otherwise, like Vodafone is the best of the worst. That's the top.
All right, so I mean, I'm over there. No. This is not a workshop for it. I mean, it's an issue because police and I even discuss it sometimes. When you are nice, when you are nice, I mean, there are, and I go back to temperaments.
Yes.
And I think that some temperaments don't help. You know, you have to intentionally study how not to be that consistently.
Mm.
So when you're sanguine,
I think
You
it is
know,
the weaknesses of that temper. Every
That-
temper has weaknesses and strengths.
yeah.
So you need to know how to
Right.
level
But
up
I
and bring
think
one
in
down.
general, we, having been colonized, we're just used to being told what to do.
Sure.
So when you give somebody freedom after being told what to do all the time, they really don't know what to do with freedom. So the next thing he is sitting with you on your sofa to watch TV because he didn't know where to draw the line. See? The maid just comes in.
You know who is failing us? The schools.
Yeah,
When
thank you.
engaging and
Thank
coordinating.
you.
Listen,
Thank you.
this we do what we do
Thank you.
for those working. Unfortunately, there are lots of gaps that the teachers left.
Absolutely.
So
And it delays the process.
And that's why I
So
say
I
top
appreciate
talent is the
educational
best.
consult. People in your business, I appreciate and support them. They need to fill that gap. People come to do internships at my place, media.
Yes.
And now in the era of digitalization, radio and TV is moving towards technology. They don't even know what digital journalism is. They graduated from GIJ.
Well, there you go.
How in God's name, I have a vacancy. How am I going to put you there? What am I going to do for you? They come in and they look so, they can't speak, like they're so timid.
Oh, why you crying?
Leave them, and you know, for me, in my office, I make you feel at home.
Exactly.
After 1 week, I can't believe this is the same person that came. So you ask yourself, who is teaching these people that when you come to see a senior person, you behave like you are spineless? So in terms of like, listen, you know what? Is this how you behave if you don't see me? I want you to free yourself. But it's still a problem. Even to call me Emma, they prefer to call me Miss Emma. They can't call me by my first name because culturally it is not acceptable.
Yeah.
You understand? So you need to learn how to manage it. Some things you can't do without. You need to manage it. Ekow.
Let me quickly apologize. I think I'm taking 11 more minutes. We try to stick to time workshops, but at least have a notepad, like each person sticky notes. I just want the name and email.
I couldn't register it.
Oh, you did?
I couldn't.
You couldn't? Yeah, I think
Because
there's
person
it doesn't
register
go.
just wouldn't register.
Tech issues.
So
please
that
do-
would work.
do me. But how did you hear about it though? Whilst we conclude, can you just give me a name, email, and then a number?
Oh, a husband. I think it was a husband.
Oh, okay, that's what